Hello, my name's Andy. This is my informative speech for public speaking at University of Upper Iowa. For this one, I chose the topic how to collect vinyl records, which is a passion of mine and a hobby. It's something I like to do. I've been doing it since a little kid. This all started with my interest in radio when I was very little, and I liked random songs. I listened to those book records with a book with the record that they made for kids. Loved it. I only had a few tapes. I had Pink Floyd, a couple other things. I didn't have a lot of music. I started playing harmonica when I was 8 years old. Pretty easy to do. I learned it in a few hours and played for a while. By the 5th grade, age 11, I learned alto sax and played for about 2 years pretty passionately. And all that time, I wanted to get into vinyl, learn guitar, and all these other things, play a lot of instruments. By the time I was 12 years old, 6th grade, I got my first X-Cort black guitar, kind of a metal guitar, and I played every day, 2 or 3 hours a day for probably the first 5-6 years I played guitar. Totally passionate about it. And I've been playing ever since, so for a really long time. Over 20 years. I really wanted records. I got a handful of records handed down to me when I was little. About 10, maybe not even 10. Several Beatles records, Michael Jackson, Thriller, some other things. And that got my collection going. From there, I wanted more. So I went to my local record shop that I ended up working at later, by the way. When I was like 19, I worked there for a while. But before then, I got my collection going. And by the end of high school, I had a couple dozen records. By the time I was in my 20s, the collection blew up. And I was playing in bands, too. So I had a couple hundred by that point. I had many. By this point today, I have a lot of music, and I've made a lot of music, and I own like 900 vinyl, give or take. Today, I only have access to probably a little over 60 of my records. A lot of them are boxed up. I just can't get to them right now, but I still have them all. So I picked 5 vinyls that had meaning or I thought were really interesting that would help with the speech from those 60 or so, 65 records. And I picked ones that I thought were cool. I could instruct well. First one I picked is something a lot of people would know. Nirvana, 1991's Nirvana Nevermind, one of the most famous rock records ever. And all the songs are well written. It's really popular. It's really catchy. Helped me learn guitar a lot. I got the Nirvana book with all the albums where you could learn guitar. So I learned a lot of their music, and I played a lot of it. I think my first band, we played Smells Like Teen Spirit live at our very first show, and that's the only time we played it. So that's a story so many people have, but we did that too. So, and that's like their biggest song. So Nirvana Nevermind would be my first one. Not necessarily my favorite albums, but these all have meaning. The next one I picked is one I got a while ago, Radiohead and Rainbows. This one has been around since 2007, I think. One of my favorite Radiohead albums. I probably makes my top 5, but they have a lot of music. They put this out digitally, pay as you go, before they made CD or vinyl, and people could pay $0 to a infinite amount of dollars for it. And this was the second or third band that really made that popular, but they made it blow up. And this influenced the way people sell music for a really long time, including the website Bandcamp, which is huge, and that's how I sell my music. And so many people do, and it helps independent music forever. And everybody should use it, Bandcamp. And they have a pay-as-you-go model that I believe they kind of bought from Radiohead, I'm sure. So Bandcamp is something that was influenced by Radiohead, and this album's great. The songwriting's really good, and I listen to it a ton. They later put out a second disc, too, which is pretty cool. This one's just the original album. But yeah, Radiohead and Rainbows is a classic indie album. It's been around for quite some time. Here's Nirvana again. The next one is lotusplaza. It's a side project of the more famous band Deer Hunter. Their guitarist Lockett Pundit is his name. The album, Lotusplaza, spooky action at a distance. This is a really good, well-textured, well-written album. It influenced me a lot when I made a similar genre album by my project Bohemian Ghost. When I made the first album for it, it helped me write and work with guitar tonality. And it's a cool album. helped me learn some stuff. Spooky action at a distance. The next one is from a band called Horsetheband. They're a Nintendo core band. It's like thrashy metal. All the music is humorous, and they have a synth MIDI keyboard that sounds like old Nintendo games over it. They've been around for a while. I've seen them twice, and their music's just really funny. And this is their second album. It's a 20-year anniversary re-release for Record Store Day, and all their music's really unique, and they're just a wild band. They're crazy. For my last one is a band called, from the label No Problem Records, which is a label I've listened to a lot of stuff on. They make a lot of vaporwave and EDM, ambient music, field recordings. Is a project called lindsheavenvirtualplaza. It's all ambient music, field recordings, nature sounds with a guy just playing keyboards over it. The guy, Rainforest Hill, Volume 1 and 2. So it's technically 2 albums. The guy's named Caesar Alexander. He passed away a few years ago. This is like one of my favorite vinyls I got in the last year or two. So that's an album that's super unique, and it just helped, good for relaxation and peace and meditation. So it's a cool album. That is my number 5 choice. And these are my 5 records. Thank you for your time, and that's how to collect vinyl.